Well, hi! How are you today? And welcome back to Nigel's Joys with Nigel. Anyway, I'm going to get some butter and some flour, and what we're going to be making today... Oops! Let's pick this up. What we're going to be making today is my mom's all banana cake, but I've updated it with a few hacks to increase banana flavor and also to increase the richness and to make sure that the eggs mix in more easily. Yeah, I guess it's a bit old-fashioned to hold a mic, but I find that's the most useful way of doing it anyway. So, how are all of you today? I hope you're well. And you can hear the dogs in the distance. It's a great day for some baking, and let's get on with it. So, come find your joy with me. Tip number 1, prepare all your ingredients, or in French they call it mise en place. I'm making a huge cake, so halve these amounts if you're going to be making an 8 or a 9-inch round. There's 500 grams of butter, 400 grams of caster sugar, 570 grams of all-purpose flour sifted, 11 grams of baking powder, approximately 3 teaspoons, and of course 11 grams of baking soda to offset the fruit acids in the banana. That's 3 teaspoons as well. That's 725 grams of bananas. Remember, this is peeled weight, not with the peel. We've got a total of 400 grams of eggs. I just read the instructions. So you want to microwave your bananas for 5 minutes. This is basically to mash it up, and then you can get the juices out of there to increase that banana flavor. That's what we're looking for. There's not much in this bunch of bananas that I used, but it's more than enough. If you reduce it, you'll get that great banana flavor. So here it is being reduced to syrup, and we're almost ready to go. You want to do all this before you even start beating your butter, your sugar, and everything. And here we go. We're beginning, guys. We are going to beat that butter, that sugar, and that salt. Look, you can put the salt here or you can put it with the eggs. It's entirely up to you. I've actually shown you 2 methods, but just don't forget that you've added it. Tip number 2, drizzle in your eggs. You want to use a fork and break up your eggs and then pour it into a measuring jug with a spout so that you can drizzle in that egg. The reason for this is it gives you a lighter, fluffier cake at the end. And so, basically, you want to drizzle the eggs in. You don't want the butter and the sugar to split, because basically what you're doing is you're doing a reverse mayo. No, that's not some weird sex position, but it's just a reverse mayonnaise. So you want them to stay together. This is to incorporate as much air as possible, really. And you want it that creamy texture, that really, really creamy texture. So at some point, you really should scrape down the bowl just to make sure that all the butter from the bottom of the bowl is scraped up. And there we go. That's scraped up. So whip it up again. Finish up doing the eggs. And you will have the lightest, banana-iest butter cake that you could possibly hope to have. Okay. Scrape in the salt as well. There we go. Now we begin with assembly. So As you can see, I've got my butter, sugar, and eggs there with all the flavorings, vanilla and salt and all that. And then I've got my flour, my banana, and my reduced banana juice or syrup here. It's nice and thick now. So basically you wanted to reduce that by half. And I've got the milk here. Some orange streaks in it because just now I whisked the eggs and I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll just put the fork in here and reuse it instead of washing it and giving myself more work. So here we go. On slow speed, add in your flour. But because I'm using a dinner spoon, I'm going quite quickly with this. But basically you want to add it in thirds. And you don't want it on a fast speed. For one thing, you don't want to work out the gluten. For another thing, you don't want all the flour landing on you and like spattering everywhere and having all this cleanup later. So always in this sequence, dry, then wet, and that's all the juice. There's not much of it, so you can add it all in at once. Actually, let's give this a good scrape. And then a little bit more. Look at how smooth and glossy that is. That looks amazing. I wish you guys could smell this banana. It's so banana-y. Is that a word? But here's the next third of flour. And that's about a third. I'm never too precise when it comes to this point. You just don't want to chuck everything all in at once. So you want it to be the smooth color. Now next, there's a little bit more banana juice. Okay. So let's drip that in. Of course, because I've left the bananas in here. Alright. Now the bananas at this point are quite pasty because you pretty much pressed all the juice out of it when you microwaved it and you sieved it. Here we go. I'm leaving the milk for last. There we go. Oh, by the way, the flour also had the baking powder and the baking soda. The baking soda is, of course, to offset the fruit acids from the banana, and that will also give it more lift. So a little drizzle of the milk, slowly, and you're done. And you've got my mum's banana cake. This is pretty much the best banana cake that I've ever been blessed to eat. I've never had better. There we go. Oh, I wish you could smell that. Yum! Tip number 4. Line your tin with parchment and grease and flour it as well. Okay. What you do is press it up against the side so all the paper is stuck to the sides. Right. Let's pour this in. We're done. Look at that. Isn't that yummy? God, that looks so good. That actually looks really, really good. Scrape down your cake tin. So here we go. Oven's preheated. The oven is preheated to 175 degrees Celsius. So, while we wait for the banana cake to get ready, it's in the oven and I can just smell the bananas right now. We've watched how we did the hack on actually increasing banana flavor. So that's done. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about things that I've learned over the course of, well, my 28 years of life. Basically, don't invest in stuff. And this is actually based on data. It's based on research. So I had the cause to go and do a class from Yale University online on the science of well-being. And one of the parcels of research they did, which was really interesting, was don't invest in stuff. Our brain is actually hardwired to get used to stuff. So after a while, when you have the most awesome stuff, after a while, that awesome stuff all sort of fades in bringing you that joy and happiness. Instead, invest in experiences. And moving forward, and for the last 15 years of my life at least, that's exactly what I've been doing. Vacations with loved ones, short breaks even, going to the countryside, things that basically make me happy, make me joyful. Having a chat with someone close, over nothing except a cup of coffee. Savoring that coffee. Invest in those experiences, invest your time in that, and it will repay you 100-fold. I guarantee it. Go and try it today. That's experience talking, and it has the benefit of being actually backed by hard data. So let's go back and have a look at the banana cake. Tip number 5, be patient. Wait for at least 10 minutes before unmolding because you're waiting for the cake to set up basically. And here is your lovely creation. It's lovely and golden brown. It's really hot at this point. You want to do the skewer test to make sure it's ready. The skewer will come out clean, absolutely no crumbs. That's when you know it's done. This is about 45 minutes to an hour on your oven at 175 degrees Celsius. Look at that baby. Now, if you want to tip it out and you want the top to be up top. Ow, that was really hot. It's still really hot. I waited the 10 minutes, but it's still really hot. So you want to slide a knife around, and then after that, when you tip it out, have another tin ready so that you can put it back into the original tin. Just watch it already. It's just easier. But basically, it's really hot. And it's still not very firm, so be careful when you're handling it. But handle it confidently, or it could still crack on you. Well, here we go. So that's pretty much it. You want to enjoy this after it's cooled down a little bit more, because otherwise the flavors don't develop fully. Here it is, my mum's banana cake. Enjoy it with coffee. So the proof of the pudding, as they say, is in the eating. So here we go. Light, fluffy, moist, and the most banana-iest banana flavor. Try the recipe. You seriously won't regret it.